Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive? Today, things are going to get kind of weird.
Oh yeah, we're going deep into the art world.
Marcel Duchamp. Ever heard of him?
I think most people know him for those outrageous pieces, right? Like the urinal he called art.
You're talking about the ready-mades, I think.
Yeah,
Like, he just took everyday objects and put them in a museum.
exactly. Totally shook things up. Made everyone rethink what art even is.
But here's the twist. What if Duchamp wasn't just about shock value? What if he was actually obsessed with, like, the old masters, the Renaissance guys?
Yeah. For years, people saw him as this rebel, almost anti-art. But there's this whole other side to Duchamp.
And that's what we're exploring today.
We're going to uncover his hidden connections to artists like Da Vinci and Dürer.
And see how those connections totally change how we look at his work.
It's going to be a wild ride.
Okay, let's start with something everyone knows. Why not sneeze? That birdcage filled with marble cubes. What's the deal with that?
It's definitely one of his most famous pieces, and even the title's a head-scratcher, right?
Is he just messing with us?
Well, Duchamp loved word games,
Uh-huh.
like anagrams. Ever hear of his alter ego, Rose Celavi?
Rings a bell. I don't remember.
It's an anagram for Eros, c'est la vie.
Eros, c'est la vie. What's that mean?
Eros, that is life.
Oh, interesting.
And he did the same thing with Why Not Sneeze. In French, it's Pourquoi pas s'éternuer?
Okay, I'm following.
That becomes peu nu, partie nue.
Which means,
Bare skin, naked part, get it.
oh, so he's being playful but also sneaky, layering in these ideas about desire and the body and art.
Exactly. And that's just the beginning. Now, think about this. You know how sometimes you see two of the same thing?
Yeah.
And it makes you, question your memory of the original. Like, which one did I see first?
Uh-huh.
Duchamp was obsessed with this idea of visual memory, and that's where the Renaissance comes in. He started tracing famous paintings, masterpieces by Dürer, Raphael, Leonardo da Vinci.
Was he trying to copy them? Like forge them or something?
No, he was after something deeper. He wanted to extract their underlying structure. It's like, imagine having a blueprint, but for a painting.
So like the hidden architecture of the image?
Yes. He called it losing visual memory on purpose. And he used these tracings to create his own works. That's how those seemingly abstract shapes and forms in the large glass, that huge, mysterious piece, that's how they came about.
Wait, so you're saying those shapes aren't random?
Not at all. They're derived from the bones of Renaissance masterpieces.
Whoa, my mind is blown. But how do we know he was doing this intentionally? Couldn't it just be like a coincidence?
Okay, good question. But Duchamp actually left us a pretty clear roadmap. Look at his 1912 painting, The Passage from Virgin to Bride. The title alone.
The Passage from Virgin to Bride. Okay. And what's the connection to the Renaissance?
Well, both this painting and its companion piece, The Bride, are directly based on Da Vinci's Virgin of the Rocks.
No way. Seriously?
He used his tracing technique to, transform the figures and even specific details. The drapery, for instance. They become these new abstract forms.
That's like he's playing a visual game with us.
Totally. He's challenging us to see past the surface, past the abstract, and look for the hidden connections.
And he even tells us what he's doing in the title. But we need to know the original to get it.
Exactly. It's like a secret code waiting to be cracked. And when you crack it, it completely changes how you see Duchamp's work. It's not just abstract. It's part of this ongoing dialogue with art history. Like, he's remixing the classics.
Wow. So Duchamp, this supposed rebel, was actually deeply engaged with these Renaissance masters. He just wasn't doing it in a way anyone expected.
He was reimagining tradition through this secret, almost scientific process, taking something familiar and making it strange, new, and forcing us to question everything we thought we knew.
Yeah. So if even Duchamp's work is rooted in art history, how should that change how we look at art in general? What else might we be missing? It really makes you think.
It definitely does. And maybe that's the point of Duchamp's work, right? To make us think, to question our assumptions, and to see that there's always more than meets the eye. In art, in life, in everything.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the time we have for today's Deep Dives. Thanks for joining us.
Until next time.